Rejoin is about to start.
Here we go. So welcome back, everyone. I am so excited. My next guest is here in studio with me. I have with me Theresa Kiernan, and she's with DRYLUX Restoration. Welcome to the show, and tell everybody you have been here now on a mission.
I am on a mission.
Yeah, I mean, since I met you, I mean, gosh, it's been a year now that you've been on this show. Thank you for supporting the show and being on here, and for all that you're doing to help people understand about when something really bad goes on in your home. Let's talk about what you've dealt with and what we're going to talk about today.
Oh gosh, well, we can talk about the rain. There's been a lot of rain.
Let's talk about the rain. We're so excited about the rain.
Oh my gosh, I am excited. However, I do want to say though, first and foremost, you know,
How much you love me.
how much, yes, absolutely, love this show, but I want to express and say, you know, my heart goes out to everybody in Globe in Miami. You know, that was very devastating, and for a restoration company, to see that. We see that all the time, not fully to that extent, but that was pretty extensive, and with more rain coming on, it just really makes the antennas go up, because you just know you've been hit once already, and now it's coming again. So it does, it keeps restoration.
Do to be prepared? I mean, what can you do?
There's some folks, they are already sandbagging.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you know that you're gonna have potential water around your home, try to sandbag. Try to remove your personal items if possible, get them up to higher ground. That's first and foremost, but when it starts to get heavy and when it rains, you need to leave, you need to get out, you need to be safe. Do not drive through water. It's devastating. There were a lot of people, you know, that were lost, not only in Arizona, but if you think of Texas. Do not drive, but watch the weather. You know, do not be that person that, oh, it's not gonna happen here, it's not gonna happen here, because it does. I, for the first time, there was so much water that came through so quickly. You know, I was sending Carol videos because this is, you know, and I had water come in my garage, and the one thing I always say, do not walk through the water.
What were you doing?
I walked through the water, and the show hit me, and it was like, what am I doing? And I had to
walk
back out. I wasn't listening. So first and foremost, safety first.
Yeah.
Watch the weather. Look for signs. When this rain comes in, look at your walls. Look for, you know, any type of bubbling, any type of cracks, any type of shadows. You know, look at these things. Look around your windows. Heavy rain, you know, if your windows are not correctly caulked and taken care of, you're gonna have rain come in there. Mold can grow within 24 to 48 hours.
You've had that happen.
I've had that happen, and that in itself can be, you know, it can be detrimental to your health. You need to take care of that. There are a lot of folks that do not realize that they have that brewing in their home because you're not aware of what's going on. And that's, you know, when you need the professionals coming in, when you see these, call DRYLUX. We will come in, we will evaluate, go through and check with, you know, we have moisture readers and everything, but we will check and make sure your home is okay. It's free, it does not cost you anything, but be safe.
Absolutely, and what you want to do is call their number and put it in your phone. They're a reputable restoration company, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Their phone number is 602-881-1398. You can also call Theresa directly. You like people to also call you if you like. Theresa can talk to you if you've been through anything right now that you're having troubles with. She's here to help. 480-750-8220, extension 220. Now let me just tell you, DRYLUX has been around for 18 years. They are also 24/7. They are here to help you in any way they can. Also, they do mobile homes. Let's talk about those really quickly too, because those homes seem to get hit the hardest sometimes.
They do, and you know, a lot of folks, here again, you don't realize, the foundation is much different.
In
you know,
every area.
In every area, it is so much different. So yes, even in a mobile home, I mean, it's, you have to, again, and you ask what could people do, sandbag, move vehicles if you have to, but watch the area, look at the areas, know where those saturation points will be, but any type of home.
It doesn't really
It
matter.
doesn't, but mobile homes, yeah, for some reason, mobile homes have been on
Now,
the
we've been
radar a
talking
lot.
water, because water's gonna be coming down soon
Right,
out of the sky. But there's been a lot of fires, and I'm telling you, I know you go on a lot of fire runs, and I have to say, I never knew anybody that, I didn't know they did that. And
yeah,
I didn't realize how many fires we have
there's a lot.
24/7.
There is a lot, and I will say, you know, it's Carol and I talk about this because she did this. Cooking,
I did do it. I didn't realize you were gonna
cooking
tell that story.
fires. Do not set any plastic on your stove. Do not set bags on your stove. Do not pick pots up and try to move them. Watch what you have your burners at. That can happen so quickly. I have seen multiple homes that have been completely destroyed because of cooking. And there was one a few days ago out in Sun City, and it was a total
That's
loss.
so sad.
And it's so devastating to see. Just, you walk away and you don't think. The other thing is fire extinguishers. You need to make sure you have fire extinguishers by your grill, in your garage, under your sink. You need to have fire extinguishers, and just think, have a plan.
And know how to use
Have
them.
a plan.
And that's the other thing,
Yeah,
is know
have
how
a
to use
plan,
them.
yeah, you have to have a plan.
I have to tell
There are
everybody
a
what
lot
I
of
did.
fires.
Because I went and I was cooking, and I just turned it on, and then I turned around and I was like, oh, there's a jigsaw puzzle, and I started.
Right.
And
it-
of course, what do you think happened?
It's very common.
Very fast.
A lot of apartments have that. The other thing is, I went to one 2 days ago, you don't have a fire pit on your balcony.
Did somebody have a fire pit on their balcony?
Yes, there was a fire pit on a balcony. Very large complex, it was the largest one I've seen with the fire trucks. There were 2 battalions, it was just, I've learned so much about the fire department and what happens, and then you have your your community response teams that are out there, you have Red Cross, but the fires in Arizona, there are a lot, there
There are
are
a
so
lot.
many, and going into the fires, and a lot of folks do not think, I went when there was a gal, and when you have a fire, you need to get your belongings out. When that residue and the smoke sits in, it penetrates down into your clothes, your wood, your couches, whatever they are, and it makes it worse. The longer they sit, the more damage you're gonna have, and a lot of folks do not think that. You can have a room in a garage, but all of that soot, ash, everything is gonna go into your other rooms. You need to have it clean. That also is so detrimental.
I'm gonna say something,
Go ahead.
because, one thing that we know, and we've said this before, a lot of people will say, well, I have my insurance company, I'll just call them, that's what I'm supposed to do. Well, maybe, but maybe not. It depends
It's-
on what the situation is.
Right,
Is that situation gonna be so that you hit your deductible?
right.
Okay, maybe so, your house burned down, okay.
Right.
But then there's other things that happen to you that may not hit your deductible, but your insurance is gonna go up anyway.
Right,
That's why you call them first and let them have a look at it, let's take a look at it, because then your insurance won't go up, and you might even be paying what the deductible might be, or less.
Yeah, with a lot of water, even with the smoke removal and the clean out when it does come to a fire, yes. The one thing I have a booklet, and it advises, I always say, yes, call your insurance company,
Well, this is
but
a coloring,
call
this is the book.
call the experts, call DRYLUX, let us come out and take a look. It's not funny, but it's weird, because when you compare fire and water, they're 2 completely different entities. The water stops, the water doesn't spread with the smoke and the residue from the fire department. They use the water, and then there's another where they have a chemical, whatever you call it, and I can't even think what it is. But this has to be cleaned. So the extremities are so different. The water, always call the experts first, find out, because insurance companies hate water claims. Fire damage, I'm gonna say, that's such a unique topic.
It's terrible,
But
and it can be detrimental
yeah,
to you.
It's, you know.
And it's gotta be cleaned, and it's gotta be cleaned properly.
It has to be cleaned properly. You cannot just go in there and, you know, think one room's okay and it's not, but no, it does. It can affect your lungs. It just can affect you so much. You can ask a doctor.
If you don't believe her, ask a doctor.
It is, ask, the smoke inhalation, you know how
You've
many
been
people.
having it. I saw what you went through. I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna go to break. When we come back, we're gonna talk further. There's also a reason why she has a lot here. Her teddy bears
Yes.
here. We've got blankets. And I'm gonna tell you why she has all that stuff here. Because one thing I could say, if you you call DRYLUX, you get Theresa, you're pretty lucky. Again, the number to call is 602-881-1398. You can check them out, DRYLUX.com. Hang tight, we'll be back in just a minute.
The house it was just
Crazy,
horrible.
crazy. So this we did, wait a minute.
I did a lot of negatives too, 'cause there's a lot of
Okay.
points.
So you see the difference?
Yes. That's how it's done?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah.
It's much better. And I will talk to y'all about that after the show. And you'll hang and relax, but,
Oh, yeah.
and you're gonna have a bagel? Okay.
Yeah, I'm sitting over here looking at this Einstein's bag going, I wonder if she'll notice if I swipe something.
But I wanna talk about, what are these little water guys there?
So that's not hand sanitizer.
Oh, those are hand sanitizer.
It's-
I gotta get the plunger.
Oh, so the plunger, I need to point this out when it comes to leaks. Because I ran across, when you have a restoration company, folks don't realize, and honestly, I didn't know either. I'm still a licensed insurance agent in Arizona. So I have a split of that, experience. I was with Geico for years and years. But seeing the flip side on how companies work, it's just, it's
Oh, she's
unique.
been on fire runs.
It's unique, and
This little thing, I mean, I don't even know why the company chose.
it's devastating to see, and that's where I said sometimes, everybody's out, you're a fire chaser, and I'm like, I don't care if we get a job from clean out, I want help.
Right.
I'm in there helping, because now it's like, I look at my house, and what would I do?
Put
Do you
yourself in
wanna
that
talk
situation.
about this?
Yeah.
It's just empathy.
Yeah, it is,
We're gonna be
yeah,
talking
we are,
about this?
yeah.
Okay.
It is, and it's just, they know I have it, and they put me in this position for it, but I always wanna do that much more. I finally got my applications approved, so I'm gonna be going on, fire rides,
Okay.
and, I wanna be on the emergency, resource team. But because of DRYLUX, they're like, well, they don't wanna use it for personal gain, I completely understand.
Right.
But I wanna do more.
Okay, here we go.
I want to do
Feel
more.
restricted,
Yeah. So I do more on the outside.
On your own.
Yep, yeah. And that to me brings me peace, knowing that it wasn't about this, it was about what I could help with, yeah.
Here we go.
Who's that?
This is my,
That's Sue?
they do WCI business sales, and she's also one of my sponsors. Susan. You've met Susan?
I know Susan.
You know Susan.
I had to, well, you know why.
Well,
I didn't wanna involve her,
Oh, no. But you can do it later.
yeah.
Here we go.
And she's amazing.
So welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Theresa Kiernan, and she is with DRYLUX. And we've been talking a lot about water, fire. I know you mentioned how different they are. They are different.
They're very different, they're
Right.
very different.
There's also a million things that can go wrong in Arizona. One of them being we can get floods,
Yes.
which I know is water. We can also get wind, right? And when it comes to restoration, there's also, and I just have to mention this, but there's also biohazard, right? There's a
Not
lot of
everybody
things.
thinks about that when if you
I'm the only one that thinks about it.
Right, unfortunately, if there's a death in your home, if there could be tragic deaths. You do need the proper company to come in and actually clean that up, and that's where it's a biohazard cleanup. So that is
You don't realize-
another thing. A lot of folks do not realize
They
that.
have to do it themselves, they don't realize that.
Exactly. If you have, squatters in your house, I mean, and what are they, hoarders? When it comes to a home, I've seen so many homes, and especially going on the fires, you gotta keep a clean space. You can't keep batteries in your garage, you cannot keep batteries
Tidy up,
plugged to a
folks.
charge. It is, seriously, I've seen so much, and then I have to go back home and look at my garage and what's in my space, because you do not realize how quick that happens.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna talk about you for a second, because, one of the things that I've learned about you is how caring that you are to all of the people.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here on the table here, and I know at Facebook we're live and we can see all this stuff in here. That's what's cool about the show, is you can also go to Facebook and watch us in here doing the show live at Networking Arizona. There's a teddy bear that's the softest little teddy bear. I have mine, and I love mine. And he is the DRYLUX teddy bear that you bring to the children
Right.
that are standing there, and anybody that's having any kind of, situation that might affect the family like that.
Because they lose something, and when you're a child, I was at one home and they lost everything, and they had nothing, and all the kids were just sitting in one of the police vehicles.
And when I'm
And I
when
had to
you-
give them a teddy bear because they had nothing else to grasp
So
on.
awesome.
And then a
And also
blanket.
the blanket
Right.
so that because when you are in shock, because you're in shock when something like this happens.
Correct.
You have to be, put something around you and keep you warm. We do have today that I'm not even sure whether or not Facebook can see this, but I'm gonna say it live on the air. We have a toilet here with a plunger.
And there's a
Couple of
reason
them.
for that.
What is the reason?
So there was a water issue
It's American
to
Standard.
where
by
a
the way.
lot of folks do not realize
I
that
have a Delta.
your toilets can leak. If you have a faulty toilet and you have a leak, I know the first thing, that's not flushing correct, you're gonna go and plunge it and everything. But it can ramp up your water bill, but also leaking from a toilet, if there are cracks, they can go down in your floorboards and cause water damage.
Mm.
So it can go down in your tile, go in your floorboard, it can go up your wall. You have to be aware and pay attention.
How many
to
times have
this.
people, when they have they didn't even know they have a little leak, and they just leave it,
Yeah,
and then
I
it
did
starts getting even bigger.
Right.
And the next thing you know, you don't realize what's behind that. It's like
Correct.
any kind of a bad sooted or bad wood, that's
Correct.
being paint over it, you
Right.
think it's gonna be fine. No, eventually it falls forward. And the main thing is that I think what you wanna do is help people, kind of give them a little bit nudge, is to think about all these things that you're talking about. Certainly if something happens where you need a restoration company, they want you to call DRYLUX, they really do. They want you to be the name that you think of when that happens. So put the number in your phone, that number is 602-881-1398, or you can do 480-750-8220, extension 220. That is direct to Theresa.
Correct.
They're both residential and commercial. They're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. They do free in-home or any estimates that are needed. They're located in Gilbert 24/7 for you, but they're also statewide.
Right, and I wanna point some things out, with the rain coming, okay, and I had to make my list. The water, so make sure musty odors, damp smells, even a wet dog smell. If you do not have animals, check for that.
If you've got a wet dog smell and you don't have a dog in your house,
Correct,
there's
yeah.
something wrong.
Stains, discoloration on your walls, you're sealing your floors, bubbling or peeling paint, warped wood floors, a sudden jump in your water bill.
Mhm.
That's where you tie into the toilet.
Mhm.
Mold can grow at your baseboards, grow out in corners. It's easy for everybody to quick and go get some bleach and wipe it up, but guess what? That is not killing it. You're not killing the cause. You need to call in a restoration company that can come in and take care of it properly, because there's a source. And if you're having it come up on your walls, you probably have seepage down underneath. Under a dishwasher, a sink also is a huge common that we've been seeing, but look for those signs. you know, before, I always say, check with us first before you call the insurance company. The minute you dial with a water claim, that is logged, that cannot be removed. Insurance companies do not like water claims.
And I'm gonna tell everybody, so how does she know? Well, you know how you know?
I'm a licensed insurance agent
And you've been
still.
in that
I've
field
been in that field and,
for
yeah,
how long?
20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
So she knows what she's talking about when she's telling you these things. And she's telling you these things so that you think about it before you start making those calls and getting that, oh, you know what, when your insurance goes up, you're not gonna be so happy.
Right, yeah, they're things you just need to really look for, and I hear it all the time with consumers. You know, and it can be difficult, it's a frustrating water to tread on when that happens, you know, but call the experts, find out what it is first. We also, you know, will be the mitigation, we will handle everything if you do need to file a claim. I've had folks that have taken out personal loans because they didn't have the right representation with their insurance to where the claims could have been filed. It's a very unique situation when it comes to water claims. The fire, honestly, the fire is completely different when those claims are filed because it is a fire.
You got to sit underneath your fingernails. I'm sitting here.
I have no fingernails because when I go out and I've helped folks pick stuff up, I used to have nails, but now I do have gloves, and when I leave, I actually smell like smoke. There were a couple I ran on, there were 3 I went on the other morning, 2 days ago. The last 2 days have been pretty quiet, but I mean, it was just bad. It was just bad, and you, as much as you put gloves on, you're helping somebody pick something up, and you're just covered. But
And it
we are here.
stays.
We are here to help. We are here to help restore families. You know, we are here to help restore lives, and that's what we want to do. You know, that's what I want. I don't want to say I don't enjoy going out to these, but if I'm called, I am out there. The fire calls, I do get called out to those.
And
I
you know
cannot
what?
go to every one of them,
I
but
saw you at one.
I do go to some, and it's
Devastating.
it's
And here's the thing,
devastating.
the one time she went, and this is the thing about Theresa. When they asked her to do this, she got prepared. She got prepared with the bear. She got prepared with all of the blankets and everything. I mean, her car was just like stuffed with everything, so she could make people feel better, and that's what you're all about. And one of the things that happened to you and was awful was when you came up and there was 2 dogs that were
Yeah.
also, they had been expired by the
Right.
fire, I should say it that way, I don't know how to say it other than that.
I was really upset after that.
It was, and it just took you back, but you're like, oh my God, Carol, I need to get bags in my car too, so I'm
You
prepared.
don't think of those
You
things
don't
that
think
you
about
need.
things, but that's what these people are here for, is to help you in times of trouble.
Right.
And you never know when something like this is gonna happen. You want a reputable company, that's what they want you to know, that they're here for you. Their phone number to call is 602-881-1398. What are your final words?
Give us a call, DRYLUX, we are here for you. We are gonna be that company that helps bring your life back together.
Better than anyone.
Yes, I feel better than anyone. I'm gonna treat you, the team's gonna treat you as if you are a family, because that's how I take it, that personally. And 2, it's just, we wanna rebuild, restore.
And
Trust us, call us, we are there for you, 24/7, 7 days a week. My phone is 24/7, 7 days a week.
That number to call them is 602-881-1398. You can also call Theresa directly at 480-750-8220. That's extension 220. If you can't reach her and you need me, you can call me too here at the station. We'll get you connected with her. Our number here is 602-277-5369. They are both residential and commercial. They are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. They do free estimates. They want you to call them first. Make sure that you're underneath your deductibles, so that you don't have to call the insurance company and get your insurance rates risen. You don't need that. Again, you can call them at 602-881-1398. It's DRYLUX.com.
His dog's just tearing up everything.
I know,
on the bottom.
I didn't know, but I wanted